There's fast, and then there's superbike fast. And the Yamaha R1 doesn't just sit in that category, it helped define it. This is a machine built with racing DNA, sharpened over years on the track, and refined just enough to be ridden on the street. But the real question is, does it still live up to the hype in today's hyper-competitive superbike world? The moment you lay eyes on the R1, you know exactly what it is: aggressive, purposeful, almost intimidating. The front end is sharp and compact, with those signature LED position lights giving it a predator-like stare. The central air intake isn't just for show, it's functional, feeding the engine at high speeds and reinforcing that MotoGP-inspired design language. Every angle feels aerodynamic, every surface sculpted for speed. Throw a leg over it, and things get serious. The riding position is unapologetically aggressive. Low clip-ons, high rear-set pegs, and a tank designed to lock your body in under braking. This isn't a casual Sunday cruiser, it's a bike that demands your attention and rewards commitment. You feel connected to it instantly, like you're part of the machine rather than just sitting on it. Now let's talk about what really makes the R1 special: the engine. At the heart of this beast is a 998cc inline-four, but not just any inline-four. This one features a crossplane crankshaft, a technology inspired by Yamaha's MotoGP machines. What does that mean for you? It means smoother torque delivery, more predictable power, and a sound that's completely unique. It doesn't scream like a traditional inline-four. It growls, pulses, and roars with character. Twist the throttle, and the R1 comes alive in a way that feels almost violent, yet incredibly controlled. Power builds smoothly, but don't mistake that for tame. Once you climb into the higher RPMs, it pulls like a rocket. We're talking around 200 horsepower, delivered in a way that feels usable but still thrilling. It's the kind of acceleration that pins you back, blurs your surroundings, and makes every straight feel too short. But raw power is only part of the story. What truly sets the R1 apart is how intelligently it manages that power. Yamaha has packed this bike with advanced electronics derived straight from the track. You've got traction control, slide control, lift control, launch control, and engine braking management, all working together seamlessly. And the beauty is, these systems don't feel intrusive. They enhance your riding rather than limit it. The six-axis IMU is constantly monitoring the bike's position in space, adjusting everything in real time. Lean into a corner, and the bike feels planted and confident. Get on the throttle early, and the electronics help keep things smooth without killing the excitement. It's like having a professional race engineer watching your back at all times. And then there's the quick shifter. Clutchless upshifts and downshifts feel crisp and precise, especially when you're pushing hard. It keeps the momentum flowing, letting you focus on your line instead of worrying about gear changes. Pair that with a smooth, responsive throttle, and you get a riding experience that feels incredibly refined. Handling is where the R1 truly shines. This bike is built for corners. The aluminum Delta Box frame is lightweight and rigid, giving you incredible feedback. You can feel exactly what the front tire is doing, which builds confidence when you're leaning hard into turns. The suspension, setup, fully adjustable and tuned for performance, absorbs imperfections while keeping the bike stable at high speeds. Flicking the R1 from side to side feels surprisingly effortless for a leader bike. It's precise, almost surgical in how it responds to your inputs. You think it, and the bike does it. That kind of responsiveness makes it incredibly rewarding on twisty roads or track days. Braking performance is just as impressive. Dual front disc brakes with powerful calipers provide strong, consistent stopping power. Whether you're braking hard from high speeds or just scrubbing off a little pace before a corner, the feel at the lever is excellent. It's progressive, predictable, and confidence-inspiring. Now let's talk about everyday usability, because this is where things get a bit more real. The R1 is not the most comfortable bike out there. The aggressive riding position can be tough on your wrists and back, especially in city traffic. Heat from the engine can also be noticeable during slow rides. This is a bike that clearly prioritizes performance over comfort. But if you're buying an R1, you already know that. This isn't about commuting, it's about the experience. It's about the thrill of riding something that feels so close to a race machine. The display is a clean, full-color TFT screen that gives you all the information you need. It's customizable, easy to read, and adds to the premium feel of the bike. You can switch riding modes, adjust electronic settings, and tailor the bike to your preference, all from the controls on the handlebars. When it comes to price, in the United States, the Yamaha R1 typically starts around $17,000 to $18,000, depending on the model year and any additional features. For what you're getting, MotoGP-inspired technology, insane performance, and a legendary name, it offers strong value in the superbike category. Of course, there's also the R1M, a more track-focused version with upgraded suspension and carbon fiber components, but even the standard R1 feels more than capable for most riders. So, what's it like to actually ride this thing? It's intense, it's focused, and it's incredibly addictive. Every ride feels like an event. Even a short blast down a familiar road turns into something special. The sound, the power delivery, the way it carves through corners, it all comes together in a way that's hard to describe until you experience it. But it's not a beginner bike. Not even close. This is a machine that demands respect. It rewards skill, punishes mistakes, and constantly reminds you of its potential. For experienced riders, though, it's a dream come true. So, is the Yamaha R1 the ultimate superbike? Well, that depends on what you're looking for. If you want cutting-edge electronics, track-ready performance, and a riding experience that feels as close to MotoGP as you can get on the street, the R1 is absolutely in the conversation. It may not be the newest design on the market, but it's still one of the most thrilling and capable machines you can buy. The Yamaha R1 isn't just a motorcycle. It's a statement. A reminder of what happens when engineering meets passion, and performance takes center stage, and once you ride it, it's very hard to forget.